Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Excel video 153. Let me kind of explain what I'm up to first, and then we'll talk about exact, the function we're going to work through today. Let's assume that over here in this blue area, I have a list of patients who were treated in the past month or so. I've got a patient name, I got a data service, and I've some kind of procedure code. And what I want to do is I want to compare that to some other set of information. Right here I have, let's say it might be the hospital reporting procedures or surgeries or whatever. It might be an ASC. It might be your billing service that says, all right, here's what we billed, and you want to compare that to here's what we actually did. What I want to do today is show you a trick to make it easier to compare a list of something from maybe inside the practice to a separate list, and you want to make sure everybody's on both lists kind of thing. The other trick to this practice is you might have treated the same patient twice during this time frame. You might have different dates of service or different procedure codes. So what you really want to do is make sure that I have James Anderson for April 23rd with that procedure code on the hospital's list, or the ASC or wherever the information's coming from. Now the first trick is, the hospital may give you the data like this with Anderson James V, so we can play the concatenate game to get this to look like that, but you're not limited to that. Let me show you what I did here. You can see the concatenate function. I just said I'm going to slam the patient, the data service, and the procedure code together and create, let's make this bigger, some big, long, awful expression. But what I can do, let's just make this column width, 5 or so it's small. What I can do is do the same kind of thing over here. I can slam together the patient's last name, the first name, put a space, put the middle initial, and then put the data service and the code, and put all that in one big, long cell too. And then what this exact function does is says, is this the same as this? And if it is, then I know that the same patient, the same procedure, the same data service is on both lists. The way exact works is like this. If you type in exact, exact just says, take what's in text 1, comma, and compare it to what's in the text that's in the second cell, and it will tell you if it's true or false. And let's just come over here so you can see it briefly. You just put a cell reference to text 1, and it'll show you this big, long, nasty thing. And again, all I'm doing is using concatenate to slam a bunch of stuff together to compare patient and data service and procedure code at the same time. And then I did the same thing for text 2, and slam all those together. And if the two text strings are exactly the same, it's true. Otherwise, it's false. And you'll note exact is case sensitive. So if the hospital's stuff is coming in all uppercase, you got to convert it. And there's a function for that. We'll get to that a little later on. But what you can do with this exact formula is this test to say if exact is true, tell me it's okay, otherwise tell me I've got a problem. So it says, yep, this patient's okay, that one's okay, that one's okay. Hey, I've got a problem here, and you can go back and say, all right, Robert L. Jackson, April 17th, procedure 11111. Now the hospital thinks it was 11115. So do I have a typo? Do I have two procedures? It immediately tracks that problem. And, I could use conditional formatting or any other way I wanted to capture those problems and see what's up. Then I can scroll down and say, okay, these are okay, these are okay, these are okay. And then here's Margaret Moore, and here's Thomas Robinson. I don't have Thomas Robinson. I'm skipping to Mary Smith. So for whatever reason, Thomas Robinson is on my list on the 25th, but he's not on the hospital's list. How come? And I've got problems all the rest of the way down because we're missing Thomas Robinson. And what it is it's a clever way to compare two lists with multiple columns in each list, and to make sure that everybody's on both lists with the right data service, the right procedure code, the right location, physician, whatever other information you wanted to use concatenate to slam in there. You can slam them all in and combine everything into column D for the practice, combine it into column J for the hospital. Again, once you get it right once, you can just copy it down. And then the test says if it's exactly the same, it's okay, otherwise there's a problem. And the whole key is to use exact to make sure that when you concatenate everything together, that they both end up exactly the same. And if they are, then you know everybody's on the same list and your data is good. I hope that's helpful for you. I hope there's some application for that in a bunch of different places when you're trying to compare two multi-column lists to each other and make sure you got all the pieces. Hope that was helpful for you. Thanks for watching.